All right, what is going on, everyone? Got another replay for you guys. This game happened directly while I was streaming, second game of the night, and something special. I know I've keep featuring Burgone games on here, but I had to feature this game. It's an absolute monster carry. Again, this might be one of the only boats in the game that I feel might have been able to complete this sort of carry. So looking right away here, only two DDs on each team. Got a Trump and a versus a Z52. Over here with me on this side, I've got a Hindenburg, a Schlieflin, and a Drake. So no DD. Um, kind of just gonna let it go from here and look at the map here. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm coming up on 36,000 games played in World of Warships, and the past week to week and a half has been extremely hard for me to get any sort of solid games. In fact, I've tried a few times to make some videos just for YouTube, off stream, and the games have just been complete wipeouts, like within, the first few minutes of the game. And kind of looking on the map, that's kind of where I was thinking this game is going to go. If you look, it's just us four ships here. We've got two divs here, and both divs are going to Delta, along with the ships that were already spawned in front of Delta. That's going to leave us at a huge disadvantage here at Alpha. So I'm thinking to myself I can do one of two things here in the Burgone. I can try to push up, put some pressure on the team, or I'm going to end up having to kite back. I need to see how that develops, though, and I'm going to be utilizing the Burgone's speed to see how that develops.
Support the allied target.
What I mean by that, I'm going to be
all stations proceed
putting
to
myself
capture
in a
that area.
situation
All forces
where
capture that area.
I'm knowing and allowing the fact that boats are going to be shooting at me, that other people are going to be shooting at me. Why? Because we have no DD over on this side. So I'm kind of going to be spotting just with my face here, or at least getting a feel for what needs to be done. So I'm going to take up the lead here. I understand the Drake, he does have better concealment than me, but not better armor. And with him, I understand trying to play this a little bit passively. But I feel like if I don't do something, it's going to do two things. This is either going to get slow played, and something else with lower concealment that we're not going to be able to see is just going to take Alpha for free, and I'm going to end up kiting anyways. Or I'm just going to start kiting and try to negate whatever HP loss that I have. So I'm taking a positive role. I'm playing the Burgone aggressive. I'm looking over on the map. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships that are spotted. Granted, there might be a DD over there as well, being that our other DD spawn there, normally Myriad spawns. So they do have 7 ships over there. So, even though I was kind of upset with both divs going to the same flank, it might kind of pay off in the end. Alright, so here is where it gets fun. I'm spotted. I say, alright, well, I'm spotted, but what is spotting me? I don't know. It's that Azumo somehow coming around the corner, having slightly better concealment than me. I tried to get shots off here in the Des Moines. I just absolutely hammered the island. I was hoping to get my rear turret around. That didn't happen. Look over there. There's Jean Bart Neptune off in the distance that we're going in the Aki. So I'm kind of not at the greatest angle here for the Azumo. Granted, how the Azumo's turrets are set up, he's only going to be able to get 2 of his 3 main batteries off on me. So I'm kind of going to risk it for the biscuit here. Staying slightly angled, and I'm going to pepper him here. I'm actually set him on fire here. I'm going to slow down now. So I'm going to slow down knowing that I set him on fire. I'm going to look to try to take out or incapacitate one of those 2 turrets up there. And we actually do it, and in the meantime we deal some good damage here. So knowing that I can basically, if I wanted to, I could get the Burgone or the Azumo's broadside. My issue now is going to be the cruisers. They're going to be spamming HE on me and peppering fire on me. So I shift my attention, since I'm behind this rock, to this Des Moines, try to put some pressure on him. This little Neptune creature is not having any of what I'm doing there. There's also just spotted now an Edgar on the map as well. Our Hindenburg's pre-kiting. I'm worried about turning out slightly because I am taking a little bit too much damage. and then I go, oh crap, there's, you know, that huge rock there. I normally don't do this, so I forget that that rock is there. Even 1,000 games in, I still make mistakes. Our Drake unfortunately goes down. Kind of was pumped into that Izumo. He does get Pete's towards the Izumo. The Izumo goes down, however, so I just got this Des Moines here. I am now kind of just stuck here on this little island. See the Des Moines? My Schliefflin has the Des Moines side. My secondaries are going off on the Des Moines. However, this Neptune is kind of giving me a little bit too much here. So I'm going to take the shots on the Neptune, knowing that the Des Moines is going to be focusing the Schliefflin. Do some huge damage to that Neptune there. So that makes, you know, his life a little less ideal. I'm now in a position where I can kind of negate and, you know, turn away from this island and maybe help out here with the Des Moines or the Neptune, either one. I'm pretty confident that the Schliefflin is going to have that Des Moines. I still want to help him out a little bit more. However, he ends up with the kill. Hindsight, looking back, I probably could have taken the shot on the Jean Bart. I think that Neptune's a little bit too close to that island for my guns to arc at that moment. However, I've gone dark. My brisk is enabled, so my speed boost is going with my brisk. I'm going to be pulling away from him in a manner where he's kind of not going to be expecting it. Slowing down here because the Neptune is now going to, unbeknownst to him, give me a broadside here again. I'm going to kind of lead those blind and get some more shots there. Edgar is spotted here momentarily. Get another Citadel, 7 overpenetrations, and a penetration in the Neptune. I'm kind of hoping that the Schliefflin secondaries are going to be taking care of the Neptune, however they do not. So again, Edgar's over on my side there. Neptune's right there. I'm hoping I can lob over on this island. It's really only going to take, you know, 1 full pen, so if I, you know, do hit that a little bit, whatever. Hopefully that's the Neptune taken care of. Edgar is right here. There's the Neptune taken care of. Lucky for me, our Hindenburg is now engaged on the Edgar. The Edgar makes a misplay here and misjudges my reload speed here and thinks that his smoke is going to save him. However, he's creeping way too fast beyond his smoke. He might have panicked a little bit there, and no more Edgar. So alright, that's kind of that handled. There's a Jean Bart over there. I would feel confident in myself against the Jean Bart, knowing that I have 3 heals here and a Hindenburg backing me up. However, on our other side, even though it's kind of, you know, a wash with, you know, ship for ship over there, they did get the cap. However, it is being contested, and they are, you know, kind of falling back. You look over there, both Des Moines are beating up. One's on a quarter HP. Our Izumo's not looking great. Puerto Rico's on half health already. And our Destroyer's in not a great spot, considering that there is a Des Moines on that island that's probably going to be radaring him as well. Puerto Rico's low as well. Hindenburg moves into the cap to stall the points here. That's the right play. This Hindenburg, Spittin', whatever your name is, however you say the name, if you're watching, if you guys know him, let him know he played a hell of a game, and I do thank him for that. He's kind of going to be my little buddy from here on out, and him and I are going to be a bit of a wrecking crew together here. So he's in the cap, so he's stalling the points from their team, as well as is going to be taking the cap. Caps are going to be huge here, and again, I did post a live replay of this already on YouTube. If you guys wanted to check that out, you know, feel free. You can see what my emotions are during this game. They go from low to high to mid to scared to all over the place, and you're gonna see why here in a little bit. Why I feel that this game could have only been done by the Burgoyne. So keep in mind, watching to my tank damage number. We're already at 816k, 129k, and a dev strike. Solid, but this game is going to pick up here, and let's see what happens. I'm looking for shots on that Aki because I'm guessing he's just doing, you know, normal Yamato type stuff. Go bow in, beat our chest, and, you know, tank damage and play that whole game. Over on that other flank, if you look, Puerto Rico's no more. Izumo's on the wrong side of a Burgoyne, and those 2 Des Moines are basically living on that island. Our Hindenburg's opening up on the Aki. I am also going to open up on the Aki as well as burn one of my reload boosts here, thinking that the Aki's not anticipating this play, which he kind of isn't. I get spotted here, so now guessing he's probably going to move forward slightly, and he does go dark there, but not before we do a lot more damage here. Hindenburg is still playing a great supporting role here to me. This guy plays his lights off again. If you guys know who he is, give him a shout out. I'm actually gonna ping the B cap, tell him to cap B, and he's gonna go ahead and cap B while I'm continuing. It says Wilco. He's on top of it. We are down by a ship. However, now they're taking the points. That John Bart went down through the middle, so that John Bart is going to be stalling our points transversely in Charlie here. I'm back on the Aki. Going to sail through Bravo here, help out the Hindenburg if I can, pick up this cap a little bit. I'm looking for shots on the Tromp. These are kind of like, kind of prayer shots here, just tossing those up to the wind and hoping that something helps. Those were make-a-wish shots there. Knew that they weren't going to be hitting, but hoping that he might slow down or something. The Aki is turning out. However, I still think I can get some shots here on the Aki, and I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with the rear citadel on the Aki and taking out this engine, and I'm capping as well with my little Hindenburg buddy. Again, if you guys know who that guy is, he played a hell of a game. Probably could have reset the Jean Bart there. However, I saw the Aki and I kind of felt to myself that was a bigger threat. I recognize the plan take, would know that he's probably a solid player, as well as the fact that he's in a test ship. We need to get that boat out, right? So, shooting the Aki, I'm going to burn my reload boost. The guy just needs to go. So, if I'm going to have any chance, it's definitely not by eating damage from those huge monster guns. And it gets him off the board as well. So, Hindenburg's doing a great job there. Guarantee that fire is going to be for duration as well as on the Hindenburg because he had a broken engine. However, we take the kill there. I'm now going to be pushing in Bravo. There are the Aki's planes coming inbound because what did the game really need? It needed a Yamato with planes. Anywho, so see the Burgoyne. We're going to take some shots on the Burgoyne. Hope to get him out. He's low. Golden's also dropping on my Hindenburg, who's doing a stellar job here. Aki misses me. Shots going towards the Burger there. Burger turned, so I missed the Burger, unfortunately. And I'm taking that heal there slightly early, figuring that I'm going to be needing it for whatever plane damage that I'm going to be taking there. Tromp planes as well on the Golden, more shots out towards the Burgoyne. Our Hindenburg hits him, sets him on fire, leaves him on 1.4, 1.2. I just need a shell to hit. I do get that shell to hit. Kill the Burgoyne there for my 4th kill of the game. We need to get in this cap and stall the points here because they are technically up on ships, so we're taking this cap here. Trump drops on me, puts me on fire. Okay, well, we took, used our heal there before, so kind of helpful. Golden is going to be doing the game return slightly in front of me, so I'm going to be shooting him. So the Golden made a mistake here, and I just want to go over this fundamentally with you guys. If you are in a position like this with the Golden, granted he gets planes, but if you need to reset caps, and there are 2 ships in the cap, the best way that you can do that is to shoot the Hindenburg. Your next salvo should be on me then, because then you are guaranteeing the resets on both boats. Instead, I am currently right now just gaining all the cap points with the Hindenburg. Yeah, he might get reset from time to time. However, it's not going to matter because I have the majority of the base capture points. Golden goes a little bit too broadside here. I'm going to pick up my Kraken here, and there's a wild John Bart. We get that cap. However, again, replay bug. they are still technically up on points. These points are actually switched again. That's a replay bug, so they're technically up. So we do need to engage this Jean Bart. My Hindenburg's low. He's probably going to go down here. So, regardless, we need to engage Jean Bart. There is the Trump. There is my 2 million tank, so that is going to increase my ship speed. That's going to come into play here. And there's my Confederate as well. I have my speed boost going, as well as we're trying to kind of put ourselves in a position behind the Jean Bart, big chunks into that. Our Hindenburg is doing a good job of tanking and aiming his AP accurately for the most part. That salvo kind of didn't look ideal, but it happens. We're now up to 2 million tank, 226k and 5 kills. We are going to shoot the Jean Bart kind of right at the water line, hope for a little bit more chunk damage. Hindenburg switches to HE. Smart move there, picks up a fire. That's going to be huge for me. However, he does go down. Now Hindenburg's on 14k, I'm on 33k. This should be easy peasy lemon breezy for me. Some more rounds into the Hindenburg while he's on fire, more Tromp Torps. There's my high cal. I am in their cap, stalling the cap. They're still technically up on points by, you know, a little shy of 100 there. I get another fire on the Jean Bart. I'm stalling these points. There's a double fire on me, unfortunately. And I look and I say, hey, you know what? We're up on points, or up on caps. It's now, you know, kind of flipped. There is the timer. I just kind of need to run. So, yeah, we're going to come out ahead of this. We are up to now 721 to 504, or 725. And yeah, I don't know. I'll actually let you guys read chat here. So I'm gonna, you know, make myself invisible there so you can read chat. +1 burger, nice. Wow, there ain't no fat lady singing. No, not at all. Trump is low at worst. Somebody in chat mentions, you know, I should switch to HE for my Twitch for the Trump, and I should have. However, at this moment, I was a little bit too excited. So that happens. The Hindenburg said, yeah, I was dodging and fighting between him and the Golden. If he can live for 3 more minutes, maybe. I think I can. I do have my brisk enabled, my speed boost is going, as well as I'm kind of turning here to get around the island. The Trump's right here, so I'm trying to put these islands between me and line of sight on of him, so he can't drop on me or shoot me. I am that low of HP. As well as I do have the Captain perk enabled, where I'm gaining speed irregardless because of the fact that I tank 2 million damage. Hindenburg says, Berg ain't no dummy. Don't think I am, man. Somebody says 5 million potential, by the way, one of the Des Moines players. You know, that happens. Hindenburg tanked as well, 3 million on top of everything that he did there. So, awesome by the Hindenburg. Gotta love airstrike games. Yeah, that is, and there were questions in my channel the other night about what do I feel about meta shifting to that and whatnot. I'm not a fan of it. If it's going to be for comp play, if for randoms, I'm fine with it. Everyone +1 burger. Do get a few compliments out of this game. So it was a heck of a game. And you know, the Hindenburg, I was out spotting for the burger, all sad face. The Hindenburg, he played a great game. Absolute great game by that Hindenburg player. And now it's just about Burgoyne speed. This is again why I mentioned, had it been a different ship, I might not have been able to utilize the speed and get away and let those cap points just keep climbing. We're basically free. I am, however, cognizant of the fact that, you know, maybe the Trump might have doubled back here. I'm starting to worry about that. I don't think that he did. I think that he continued this way. So I'm trying to think about his, you know, route that he might take coming here. So I'm kind of angling to maybe put these mountains between me and him. Even if there's a chance of him spotting me, I can then put, you know, a barrier between him and his line of sight. But yeah, coming up and tanking here. You did good against that JB, got one too. Yeah, so huge game here, guys. Huge game, Lindbergh. And we're happy about that. So yeah, just awesome game by, I hate to say it myself here, pulling out a win in the Burgone when it looked like it was going to be a loss. Burger is the GOAT, somebody says in chat. Um, but yeah, awesome game. And I know haven't been able to feature too many games here recently like I've wanted to, but that's just kind of been my luck lately. I've had horrible luck with my games. And of course, it comes down to Old Faithful, Old Reliable. Um, that's an expert badge in the Burgone, and 244k, a whole bunch of hits, 10 plane shot down, 5 incapacitations, 6 kills, set some stuff on fire, 8 citadels, 2 assisted captures, and I did stall that one. Some secondary hits. I actually spotted 2 here as well. For the Confederate, the Devastating Strike, Fireproof as well, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, and a High Caliber. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Unfortunately, we are 4 away from that magical 3K number that I love so much. So, bummer there. Didn't get 3K base, but I'm going to call it 3K base. If you look here, yeah, had more kills than my entire team combined. Games be gaming, tough games. They did have some good players over here as well. Again, shout out to this Hindenburg. That Hindenburg played a fantastic game there, and just absolutely dominated. Did a lot of damage to the Aki, the Neptune, Edgar, Jean Bart. We touched a lot of boats here. We made many people not so happy on their team as well. So yeah, that is a Burgone game there that was pretty solid, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I'll be on all weekend, my normal times here on Twitch here in a little bit. If you guys want to stop by, say hi, whatever, around, say hi, whatever. I am 4 followers away from 2.4k followers. That would be fantastic. I can't guarantee every game is going to be like this, but I do try my damnedest in each and every one to make them good games just like that for you guys. Sometimes the teams be teaming though. So there you go. Another great game. I hope you guys all like it and appreciate it. Everyone have a great weekend, and thanks for stopping by.